What's up, you guys? Grace here again with my friend Karen Villareal. Hopefully I did not butcher that.
Close enough.
But today I am interviewing her because she has quite a transformation story. She's been working out for the past a little over 2 years, but prior to that she hadn't worked out for years, and she will be telling you her past story for her fitness journey. But yeah, she went through her own really cool transformation, and I'll put pictures on the screen right now. But yeah, she recompositioned her body, so she didn't exactly like go the way of losing hundreds of pounds, but she gained a ton of muscle, and now she looks like a totally different person from who I knew a few years ago when she was like scrawnier and had less muscle mass. And I thought this would be great to share with you guys, so I hope you guys enjoy the video.
I would say my real passion sports would be like martial arts or taekwondo when I was 12, I believe. So I did that about like 2 years. I really excelled in that. And then after that, about when I was 16, I started ice hockey. So that was a totally different beast when it came to my physical fitness, but I was in the best shape of my life at that point. When I got into adulthood, then of course I slacked a lot, I did a lot of drinking. So it got to the point where I was like, you know what, I need to do something. So that's why I now go to the gym to make my life better. Hockey was probably around, 25. So about 16 to 25 is when I stopped. And then since 25 to, I don't want to reveal my age, but since 25 and a few years after that, I really declined. Like, not just like, you know, muscles or endurance, but like just inside, like I noticed I have more aches and pains and everything, like old people stuff. So I was just like, I need to do something about this and turn it around, because I don't want to be bedridden when I'm old. Hockey was more of a price and drama thing, to be honest. So I just needed, because it's a very small community when you play with women. Like I would say with any sport, there's a lot of drama no matter what. So, and it got expensive. So I just needed to step away, like, which was hard because at the time I thought hockey was my life. I couldn't live without it. So I know at one point I did try to do the gym thing. I was even doing like P90X, and then but it was during a breakup, and so at that point I was not mentally there to stick with it. It's a huge difference from when I wasn't active. I was going to the bars and drinking a lot. Honestly, I had more of a social life back then, but I was putting a lot of bad food into my diet. I was more lazy, and like like my friends decided, hey, let's go on a hike. I felt it like every step of the way. I was like dying, you know. So now, you know, I feel more energetic. I feel like I can do more. When friends ask like, hey, can you help me move, you know, and it's like, okay, you know, I'm not dying. I'm not picking up the lightest thing anymore. I'm like, let's get rid of this big stuff, you know, let's move it, let's go. So, but I did sacrifice more of my social life. Like I rarely drink now. In fact, it's probably, if I do, it's like once every 3 months or 2 months kind of thing. I am paying more attention to what I'm putting into my body. I still have some work to do, but it's a lot better. I have a chronic migraine condition, and since I've been going to the gym and eating better and, you know, drinking more water, it's actually improved it, made it less of a hassle. So instead of like, you know, 2 like every week, you know, it's like maybe 1 a month, if that. So I don't mind sacrificing the social aspect of my life. I feel like, you know, I need to work on myself before I can focus on other things right now. So, and it's made me a lot happier. So I like how far I've come. Overall, the biggest difference was my willpower. But I would say like in my teen years, I would go to like the Y and with my dad, you know, with my family. And at that age, I didn't know what I was doing. I was just kind of imitating my dad, and I was like, okay, you know, I didn't know anything about like building muscles. I just look at the pictures on the machines and go, okay, you know. So and then when I stopped playing hockey, and the one time I did try to go back to the gym, I had like a trainer for like a week. So again, I was just doing what he told me to do, and I didn't feel it, you know, and I didn't know what I was doing. And I think, so not just willpower, but education on top of that. This time, because I really did want to make that change, I did my research. Like I know there's not going to be someone there to hold my hand, you know, and show me everything to do. So I'm like, I'm going on YouTube, I'm going on bodybuilder.com, you know, I'm going online to read reviews. And I wasn't just, you know, believing everything I said. I would compare it, I would really research it, and then it took my first year, it took a lot of trial and error. Because I know my form wasn't right. It's probably still isn't on some things, you know, but I had to figure out what worked for me and what didn't. And what kept me in it this time is I start noticing the changes, you know, and like I went from like just stick, you know, to having some meat on my bones. And once you start seeing those results, it motivates you to keep going. I wish I could be more disciplined with it, but I don't count macros, but I do try to make sure I get a lot of protein in my system, healthier fats and healthy carbs. Like I will meal prep my lunch for work. I used to buy fast food all the time, you know, for lunch, and now I meal prep it. I would bring, like, for example, chicken with brown rice and veggies, green veggies. So every day I know at least I'm gonna have like one really healthy meal. And then when I get home, you know, I try to have something like chicken or steak, like, you know, I try to stay away from the fast foods. I do, you know, fault at times. And I try to keep sugars to a minimum, but that's my weakness right now. I would say it's more of a bodybuilding style. I'm still trying to figure out like what exactly it is I'm trying to do. Like when I first started, it was more of like a in between, you know, because I wanted the aestheticness of it, but I also wanted to have that strength, the powerlifting strength. So I feel like right now I'm somewhere in between that. But I would say it's leaning more towards the bodybuilding style right now. It's more aesthetic than powerlifting. Internally, it felt healthier. I felt like, you know, it was functioning the way it's supposed to. Externally, like I gained some inches on my arms. You know, I can now see the muscle, whereas like before I was bones. Like aside from my belly was always like pudgy, you know, but like I now have meat on my bones, and that's the biggest change I can see. And then mentally, it has definitely kept me going. Like it has changed the way I think. I'm more positive. I know that I can push myself harder than I have before. Like before I used to be like, oh, that's hard, and give up. And now it's like, no, I can do this. I will do this, you know. So it's changed me in many ways, internally and externally. Do your research, ask a lot of questions. Don't just wing it. In my opinion, I think the biggest mistake, and it's mistakes I've made, is going into the gym without any type of plan. It's discouraging when you don't know what to do and you're just kind of, you know, just winging it, because you're not going to see the progress that you're aiming for just doing that. And you don't want to just go in doing 2 types of exercises and that's it. So it's not just focusing on researching the exercises, you have to also pay attention to the diet, because like I said, that's my one drawback. I'm proof like you can't out-train a bad diet. Like, I would say the first year it was really bad. I'm trying to fix that now. So yeah, focus on nutrition, get that in check, then your exercises inform, and research your like how to meet your goals and what your goal is in the first place, so you're not all over the place. I want to get more defined, so I need to drop some body fat, so that means I have to work on my diet. Also, I'm planning on going into the police force, so I have to work on my cardio, and that would be my #1 weakness right now. So I need to incorporate, right now I'm doing HIIT training, and I need to still add a little bit more cardio, and that's gonna help me drop some of the body fat too. So that's really like my only goal, is just like to be able to pass the physical fitness test for a police officer. And then if I do make it, I want to keep going to the gym, because I want to make sure, you know, I'm not gonna run out of endurance or strength when fighting the bad guys.
So I hope you guys enjoyed that interview video, and thanks to Karen for being the first person willing to do this. And don't you worry, there are future interviews planned. My objective with these interviews is to share with you guys inspirational stories from not just those in the fitness industry, but those who are just trying to better themselves and changing their bodies through fitness, and then sharing their stories with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed this, and stay tuned for more.
I just want to say thank you, Grace, for giving me this opportunity to be her first victim. But I hope it does reach out to some of you, even if it's just one person, because what she's doing is she's showing real people, you know, going through their transformations, and yeah, they have different goals. So I think it's great that she's doing that. It's not just like a magic pill or, you know, some secret trick that you can do to, you know, hit that goal. So I think it's educational, and I hope that you guys get something out of it. Thank you, Grace.
Thank you, Karen.